Hi, I'm Coach Cheyenne. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a brand new series that I have just started, and today is the first episode. We are doing budget-friendly golf courses and golf experiences. As you know, most of you are beginner golfers and are brand new to the sport, maybe never touched golf clubs before. And I realized that a lot of you are very scared to go onto golf courses because you don't want to embarrass yourself or you don't want to ruin the golf course. So if I give you budget-friendly golf courses, I feel like you might be more encouraged to attend and actually go on the golf course and play. And it also helps your pocket because you're not spending lots and lots of money to go and play the very nice golf courses, and potentially you can work your way up to that. So let's get started on the first episode. We are in Winter Park, Florida, and I played the Winter Park 9, which is a 9-hole golf course in the middle of their affluent neighborhood. But what you'll find out is extremely affordable, which I was extremely surprised about. So let's get started. So as I have mentioned to you before, there will be 5 criteria that I base off of the rankings of these different golf courses. Number 1 is price. It has to be under $50. That is the goal. Number 2 is customer service. And customer service is website, if I make a phone call, and when I show up, what does that look like? The third one is food, beverage, having to drink and eat. Do they provide us anything? Or are they telling you to bring your own snacks? Number 4 would be if they have a signature hole at their golf course or at their experience, and or the conditions of their facility in terms of greens, fairways, that type of thing. And the 5th and final one, which I've done tons and tons of YouTube videos about, which is pace of play. So pace of play is how long does it take you to keep up with the group in front of you, and also mostly for this, it would be how long it takes for you to complete the golf experience. So as I mentioned, I'm at Winter Park 9, which is a 9-hole golf course. And as I've told you before, the 9 holes should usually take you 2 hours. Not 2 hours and a half, sometimes a little under, maybe 10 minutes more, but around the 2-hour mark is the ideal spot you want to be in. So let's get started on Coach Cheyenne's 5-star ranking for Winter Park 9. We have the price as number 1, as I'm sure as a beginner golfer, you're trying to be mindful of how much you spend. And I have my receipt in front of me. So when I travel, I don't always have to carry my golf clubs, and I'm sure because you're new, you might just show up to a space and you really hope that they have golf clubs. You might not even have your own golf club set yet. So the great news is Winter Park has clubs. So we have the greens fee was $20 to play 9 holes, which is incredible. I paid for the greens fees $20. To rent the clubs, I paid $10, and I paid an extra $4 for the push cart that they gave. So my full total, including taxes, was $34. So they get a star for that because it's under 50. So price, they nailed. The next on my list was customer service. Customer service, in terms of making a phone call, I called them twice at 2 separate occasions, and somebody different both times answered, and they were both extremely helpful and very kind, as I had a lot of questions. And then when I showed up in person, also extremely friendly, very nice. Because I played the game, I asked a few additional questions that maybe a beginner golfer wouldn't have asked. So just being mindful of that. But all in all, they were very good. Something that they could work on would be their website. The only thing for me that I did not know on their website, because I couldn't find it anywhere, was that you can only book a tee time 3 days in advance, and I was trying to do it a week or more in advance. And if you are a local person who lives in Winter Park, and if you have a membership program, if you're a member, then you are the only one that can book online a week in advance. Everybody else, it has to be 3 days. And also what I figured was they prefer you to call them to make the booking. It didn't really seem user-friendly to do it online. So if you're going to Winter Park, give them a call. So my feedback would be if they made their website maybe a little bit more user-friendly, or it's a public golf course, right? The city, I'm sure the city owns it. So it's just having somebody from the city kind of manage their website and make it maybe a little bit more efficient would give it perfect. But I will still give them a star for customer service, as everybody was extremely very nice, friendly, and welcoming. And since I had to borrow clubs, they were great. They let me have them. I had to just leave my ID with them. So I made sure that I would bring the clubs back. So that was good. Customer service, I would give them a star. So they have 2 full stars. The third one is food and beverage. Because they are in the heart of their city, Winter Park, which has unbelievable restaurants all around, they don't actually serve you food, like warm food, but they did have granola bars and snacks and chips. So even if you were extremely hungry, you came at like lunch hour and you hadn't eaten anything, they had snacks there. But my favorite thing is they were affordable. They did not increase or have ridiculous prices in their snacks. The prime example I always judge things on is a bottle of water. Their water was $1. When's the last time you spent $1 when you went outside for a bottle of water? Some of the other things that I wrote down that were like just great prices: Gatorade, $2. They had beer and wine. They have a beautiful patio outside, which you can hang and drink and stuff after. Some of their beers are $2, and some of the other ones were $4. So wine was $4, and some of their other beer that they had, I'm not a beer drinker, but that was $4. So super affordable. You can actually be able to eat, drink, and play golf all under $50 if you needed to over there, which we love that. So for F&B, I will give them a star because it wasn't like they didn't have any food there, and they did have drinks as well. And because the price is so affordable, they're getting a full star on that. I am just really impressed with that. So thank you, Winter Park 9, for not making those prices ridiculous. In terms of the next 2 are course, what the course conditions are, and then the last one is pace of play. So I'll lead with the one that I think was the better of the 2, which is pace of play. Pace of play, I started at 10:45, and I ended at 12:30. So myself and the lady I played with, her name was Kathleen. She was 80 years old.
I am 80 years old.
Oh my God!
80 for Brady.
Incredible. We had a great time. So we started and we finished earlier than we started, but a little asterisk on that is the group in front of us had 5 people. They were actually moving quite fast, but they had great etiquette and great mindset and golf sense to let us 2 players go in front of them. So they came back, they asked us if we wanted to play through, I think on the 4th hole or the 3rd hole, and we said no, it's okay. And then they said no, we have 5 people, so if you want to, we're happy for you to do that. And that was a great class act of them. So we played through, which is why I think we ended a little bit earlier. So all in all, in terms of pace of play, 2 thumbs up, they get a star. So right now they have 4 out of 4 stars. And now for the course management portion of it. So Winter Park 9 is, I was gonna say user friendly, but it's beginner golf friendly, but also it's for any and every golfer because their greens, I think, is what makes that golf course extremely challenging. So they have really wide fairways, only really a dog leg left, maybe one that I remember. Pretty easy to drive and not get stuck there. I didn't see any water on the course. Yes, there are strategic bunkers placed by the greens, but you want a little bit of a challenge. But their greens, you can tell that, okay, So the reason why I would give them a half star for their course condition is because they had put sand on their greens, and usually that is to help the greens grow in the winter months, all of that, but nobody had told me that. And I had spoken to 3 different people, 2 on the phone when I made the reservation and 1 when I showed up. Actually 2 people when I came in, and nobody once told me that the greens has had sand. Now, if you're brand new to golf, what that means is the greens are extremely slow, and they have put in fertilization and sand, seeds, all these things to help them become beautiful and green, the grass underneath, for the spring, summer, fall months. And usually they do it in the winter, just depending on where you are. So because they hadn't told me that, I came in with the expectation that they were gonna have great greens. And when I was on the first hole, I didn't really understand what was going on. And then after that, I realized, oh, there's sand. So all of your putts are much slower. They're not true to what the course has, but I can tell once that grass grows, those greens are extremely challenging. And the pins they had placed today were like right in front of a bunker, on a slope, on a downhill, or just like very dramatic, which made it fun. But I will give them half a star for course management because they didn't tell me that there was sand on the greens. There was no signage anywhere either. And the greens just needed more work. So I would give them half a star. So all in all, Coach Cheyenne's, per her ratings, is giving Winter Park 9 a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think that if you're in the area, if you're visiting Orlando, and if you have some time to kill or enjoy while maybe someone is shopping or someone's at a theme park and you just want to go to a local golf course and you have nothing with you, show up there and they will provide everything. So that is my full background and my thoughts on Winter Park. And now a little bit for extra bonus things that people might want to know, which I loved was in their pro shop. They had women's clothing, which was not like on the side pushed in the corner. They actually had really nice stuff in there, affordable stuff. And one of the biggest things that I was shocked about was they had about 6 different ranges of golf balls, and their cheapest golf ball was $5. So they made that affordable as well in case you didn't have golf balls with you. I borrowed some of my friends and I took some tees with me. So those were 2 things I took with me in terms of golf equipment. Everything else, I didn't have a glove. Wasn't bothered by it. Their golf clubs were really good. I'd never tried that set before, but I adjusted my swing to it, just slowed it down a little bit and played it. The bag and clubs were in perfect condition, very clean. The only other suggestion that I would have is I would ask them to put a towel or hang a towel on the women's golf bag, because when I came out of the bunker, I didn't know how to clean the club. So that would be something that I would suggest. I think it's also a nice courtesy maybe to just put a bag of teas in there for whoever is coming. It's just something nice to have when you're renting clubs. And then I guess balls would be something that I would say that yes, of course, they can buy the golf balls. So that would be my suggestion for any golf course out there that is, letting people borrow golf clubs. So that was a part of it. And then my other feedback for them was, yes, please let people know if you are either punching greens or if you're putting sand on greens, you need to let others know about that. It's courtesy. And then in terms of customer service, something that I would suggest all golf courses to do is when you have somebody that you can kind of tell is from out of town or asking quite a few questions, in terms of when I came back after I played, I said, hey, do you guys have any food or beverage? And they said, oh, whatever is here. And it was just, like granola bars and drinks, which is perfectly fine. But I think just an added step or something that would be next level in terms of hospitality could be, because it's the city owns this, right? You're city based, would be either having a map and or like a local guide of food in that area, maybe in like a 5-mile radius that you can promote local vendors and small businesses and restaurants in that area for myself or whoever's visiting to go and eat. Even though I do understand, I'm sure a lot of just people that live in Winter Park go there, but maybe someone's visiting from an hour away outside in Orlando over there. So you would want to suggest local eateries that people could eat. So that would be something that I would suggest all golf courses in terms of enhancing their customer service to add that. And what I would love to see from other golf courses in general is when somebody comes into the pro shop, it would be really nice if you ask a few key questions. For example, have you played here before? Do you know our signature hole? Welcome. How about just a simple welcome, like just with a smile and like encouraging us that we are coming into your space and we're happy for you to come and please keep coming back. I think those are a few things, especially in golf, that are missed quite often. So let's see, I'm gonna keep this journey going, and I hope you guys join me on all the other golf experiences and golf courses that I go throughout the world, but targeted right now is mostly USA and Canada. My next stops are going to be Houston, Las Vegas, Augusta, Miami. So in the comments below, make sure if you have your favorite budget-friendly golf course that you go to, or golf experience that you would like me to go to an experience and give my 5-star rating and my thoughts on my experience there, please leave it in the comments below, or you can DM me on Instagram and let me know what some of your favorite spots are. I've already have tons for Orlando. I had a friend just come through with 6 locations that he just truly loves, so I've been researching into that. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any other feedback or suggestions on what else you'd like to see when I go to these different golf courses, again, in the comments below or DM me on Instagram. I love to hear from you guys, and I hope you follow me on this journey. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, if you're brand new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell so you get to see and get the alert for all my videos that are going to be coming out. Thank you. See you soon.